Oh, you're right. You're absolutely. I can follow that logic as well. And even the stuff that sometimes people kind of scoff at is, where are they going with that? Some of it's just purely exploratory. I mean, if you've got, somebody pointed out, I saw some folks analyzing Ozzy Osbourne's Mr. Crowley recently, and they're like, well, yeah, he was in the Satanic Church, but Ozzy's not saying he wants to be in the Satanic Church. He's just kind of going, why are you doing this? Is basically what his lyrical content is. I mean, you get that in Metallica and things like that, too. I mean, they're, so I agree with you. Yeah, it's not like it's just an overt, it's a black or white binary choice. Absolutely not the case.
Well, that's one of the things about rock and roll. It has been the music of not just our lives, but of our lifetime. And it has, it's taken on the various mantles over the years. You've had the pure joy of it. You've had the sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You've had leanings towards faith-based music, and also the messages, and even the rebellions and protests. So it's kind of like a musical biography of Americana, really, when you start to look at
humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great point of humanity, I would say. And it's. I see nothing wrong with somebody writing a song, shaking their fist at the sky going, why? Why is all, this, I leave plenty of room for that. Again, the idea was not to simply, come out and be basically on a soapbox with a hell and fire brimstone kind of message. This is basically, like, as Mr. Bon Jovi said, love. Starting there is a really great place to start. So
absolutely. We have an artist from Corpus Christi, David Martinez, who's an indie artist that's made a pretty good name for himself out there. And he usually, as a matter of fact, he has every year dropped a report on the show here from South by Southwest, a little bit of what's going on,
cool.
And what he's picked up, the vibe. David Martinez out of Corpus Christi.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's
good,
great,
good
man.
musician. You should look him up. He and an all-around good guy, real righteous guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. He is. He's a solid guy to begin with, and a good musician.
I look forward to checking that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate, run into some great people doing this show, both established names like, for example, the Oak Ridge Boys, who have, Joe Bonsel's been on the show several times, and also a ton of indie artists. It's been a pleasure to present, and in many cases, expose artists that Americans have never heard of. We've had artists from all over the world, and it's really been an experience. But the best part of it all is the fact that we have had nothing but good people. Everybody we've had on the show, we've enjoyed having on the show, and I can't think of one guest we've had that I wouldn't welcome back at any time. It's really been a pleasure. And so you've got new music coming out later this year, and I hope that when you do get it on board, you'll give us a shout so that maybe we can help you kick it off and make some noise with it.
That'd be. I can't appreciate your kindness so much. Yeah, we will definitely give you guys a holler.
Well, that's what we're here for, and we have a thing on the show where once you're on the show, you're part of our family, and we'll always have a place for you. We'll always help you promote your music, your performances, tours, whatever you're doing. So do keep in touch. And I have a page on Facebook. You can find real easy. Just Google the David Bowers Awards, and that is there specifically for guests on the show and all artists, for that matter, to post their music news, new music, shows, tours, whatever they've got. They want to spread the word, post it up there, and we'll also see that it gets spread around to our other social media sites, and we'll get the word out to people. So you keep that in mind. It's there for you. That's what it's there for. So please feel free to use it.
Excellent. I can't. You guys, it's such a breath of fresh air when you run into folks like you that value relationships.
Oh, we do.
Hey, that's
we
what it's
really
all
do.
about. As our slug line for the show is, it's all about the music. and the people who make it. And there's a lot of good people. As I said, we've been really privileged and pleasured to have a lot of them on the show. John Bon Jovial, before we let Rick go, a final question, a thought, or...
Well, just the one thought that I wanted to impart upon you, Rick, was to steal a little bit of David's thunder. One of the ideas behind this show was not to have it be a formal, interview type of show where, Dick Cavett is interviewing somebody or Stephen Colbert is interviewing somebody on TV. We kind of like to have this be like you're just, you're sitting around with us, in our studio, and we're, having a couple of beers and a good conversation, and, that friends do. And that is what we have tried to impart upon our people here over the 7 years that we've been doing this now. And so that's just, kind of the way we are. And I really do hope that you'll come back and see us, much sooner than later.
Well, that sounds wonderful. I appreciate the invite, and that vibe completely spills over what you're achieving, what you're looking for there. So you guys are doing a great job.
Well, fantastic, good to hear, and we hope you say nice things about us out in the rest of the world too, because we can always use a good word here and there. And thank you so much for being with us. I always retweet you guys and stuff when I see you on Twitter. I do the best I can to retweet and keep you guys moving along. So, and we want to say thank you to Bryn of BL Music Promotions, who is responsible for us running across you guys and turning us on to you. We're so glad you were able to come and be on the show. We look forward to having you back again in the future. Our best for the new year and beyond to you and all the gang in the band. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Mike.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, and double good vibes back to you guys as well. Thank you. And keep cool for Bryn.
Thank you. Right. Thank you so much. Rick Hammond of the Reverent Cavaliers. We're going to close out with a tune of theirs called Win the Day.
Stepping up, another hero.
Win the day. They call themselves the Reverent Cavaliers. I'm so happy to have had them and the Blind Lemon Peel Band on the show today. Don't forget, it's all for you. Drop us a line. Tell us what you think, who you'd like to see on the show, comments, questions, whatever. The address is david@TheDavidBowers.com. We'd love to hear from you anytime because you're what it's all about. John Bon Jovial, Happy New Year. Take us home.
And Happy New Year to everybody, too. Thank you for staying with us all these years. And, well, this past hour, too, you did it again. You spent another perfectly good hour, and we are grateful that you are spending it with us here at the David Bowers Awards, which, by the way, happens to be broadcast around the world from the studios of Computer Help USA in beautiful Naples, Florida, and, of course, from the Valley of the Sun in Tempe, Arizona. And we are available for free on Blog Talk Radio. You'll also find us on the Anchor FM app for iOS and the Android platforms, as well as Apple Podcasts, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, the Amazon Alexa devices, as well as SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and now the TuneIn Radio app, and also on the Cuyahoga Valley Radio Network and Live 365. So, now that I've rattled off all of these places, you have no excuses. You can click to follow the David Bowers Awards on our Blog Talk Radio page, and also you can like us on Facebook and Twitter as well. Be sure to join us next week for the David Bowers Awards, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern on WRFZ-FM 106.3 in Rochester, New York. That's Rochester Free Radio. And on Blog Talk Radio, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, and 6 p.m. UTC for more great indie music and talk with the folks that make it happen. So until next week, for the David Bowers, Nick, our marvelously geeky engineer and good friend, and of course myself, I am the legendary and lovable John Bon Jovial. We'll see you next week right here on the David Bowers Awards.